Alright, is that working now? Hobby game programming. Visibility public. Restrictions none. Save. Cool. We are streaming on YouTube. And I think every time I get a new video, so let's just start recording this and we'll just see how far we can get. Alright, sweet. I'll put this over here. Can I pop this chat out? Yes, I can. That's handy. Alright, sweet. Put that there. Where's my chat gone? Here it is. Fiddle around. Cool. So I'm guessing that's going to ping in my thing. And then this here looks fine. Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's get our workspace set up a little bit better. Alright, so yeah, today we're going to do some debugging. I've got a game that is currently rendering like this, which is not what we want. There should be graphics there, at least. So yeah, we're just going to go through and work out what's not working, and I kind of got a culprit already. So I've got this grid thing, and then the grid thing will render, but and it goes off the map bounds, and the map bounds are currently set to 0, 0. Oh, beg your pardon, which is certainly not correct. So we're going to try and get that fixed and work out exactly what's happening. So today we're going to be juggling between. I might just see if I can do some development in Visual Studio Code. I usually am using Vim. I'm kind of just prefer Vim. It's kind of easier. Do you know what? We're just going to use Vim because it's what I know, and I don't have to fiddle around. And I think I can. Yeah, we're just going to use Vim. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it. And then we'll sort of juggle the two back and forth. Just go with what you know. Also, I can increase the font size in Vim, which makes it a little bit more readable. Alright, so yeah, so in the grid, in our grid, or in our grid view, we're not getting the right map bounds, and the map bounds aren't getting set in the state, which suggests to me that the state is not getting initialized properly, or it's getting initialized but just to 0, 0, which is not really what we want. So in here we have map bounds, which we don't actually use, so oh, excuse me. So what we probably want to do is set the map bounds here. So reducer.set map bounds, there we go. And then that's map bounds. Like that. Let's build that. And then run. And still nothing. And then we've also got that issue that pops up right at the end of execution. So let's see if we can discover what's happening with the debugger. I'm just using this for the first time, this debugger, so bear with me if I look like a monkey using a flashlight. yeah, I'm still learning. So to run, it's this, and then that pops up the window on the side, and I've got a segfault? Really? Huh. That's interesting. I didn't notice that before. It's not segfaulting here. Maybe it's seg. Is it segfaulting when let me just increase the size for the stream, that might be a bit better. It wasn't segfaulting there. Which start debugging. I have seen this happen before where the attaching the debugger at times seems to there we go. Let's just try that one more time. Yeah, that's segfaulting every time. Every time I go into edit mode, which is kind of interesting. Maybe if I run it from here, and then I hit. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, it looks like. Yeah, okay, so that's segfaulting on me now. So not quite sure why that's happening, but it seems as good as any error to fix. Address sanitizer, and then address that. Caused by a read memory access. Address points to the hint. The address points to the 0 page. In the main house scene tile. Oh, here we go. We've got like a little. This address sanitizer thing gives us a little stack trace. So tile palette tile line 6. Looks like it's something in the constructor. Tile palette tile line 6. Huh. This is actually happening. Interesting. This is actually happening when I click the mouse. So if I click the mouse, yeah, I get this. Okay, so yeah, this seems like as good as any error to debug next. We certainly do need to be able to click the mouse. Handle input, interesting. Editor controller line 108, okay. Line 108. Editor state selected tile. Index. Interesting. Alright, so I think it's because something in our state hasn't been initialized properly, which will cause errors in other places. How do I? Editor controller. Is that where it was? Yeah. 108, so about here. Now, interestingly, we won't have the editor enabled here, so I think I think what we actually want to do is probably return out of this early. Mouse button, tile, palette tiles, vent mouse wheel, so scrolling, yeah. None of these are relevant if we don't have our editor enabled. So if reducer.getState.editorState.editor enabled. So if that's false, then return. Because we're not interested in anything else. And then return here as well, because we just want to respond to one event at a time. In fact, we could probably return after all three of them. In fact, we probably should be, but the way these if statements are set up, it shouldn't matter. But yeah, basically we want to do that. So if I don't know if this actually builds the project for me. That's the other thing that I'm going to need to work out. Alright, so that just crashed. Not sure that this is... Don't really... Yeah, this is just launching the thing. Attach, launch. Okay, we'll just do it from here. Okay, and then launch. All right. Okay, so that's good. This is no longer crashing, but we still don't really have anything rendering, which is not really what I wanted. So let's try and run that again. This time, why don't I enable the editor and see what happens? So we're expecting to see a grid height and width, E for editor. All right, so it's hit here. Grid height. All right, so let's... Okay, so those are set. That's good. All right. And so hopefully in our game we have something rendering, which we don't. All right, so that's still not quite working. So grid height is 20. Size is 64. Which, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this, I can't see any problem with this logic right now. Total grid width. Although, that having been said, oh no, 0 row. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I don't see anything wrong with that, and this code has been working, so probably happy with that for now. What is really suspicious is this draw method, which gets past the render target, which should be window, and is. window, window, and then that gets passed in window, which is the render target, and then that render target gets passed to each draw method, of which grid view is 1. Yeah, and this code is getting executed. The target. This is the window. It should be a reference. It is. So why isn't that drawing? So that target is not drawing. I'm wondering if it's this const that I've added. Although I would think if I add the const, that's not a const, and this isn't a const. This is a const rather, but the target I should be able to draw to. If I change this to const, I think that'll say it's out of, yeah, so that's saying it's out of. Is there an extra step I'm missing in the... So this is the old draw. Don't know if there's an extra call to window. There might be. Let's see. Like SFML draw or SFML sample program. Clear, draw, display. We don't call display. Okay, so that could be a problem. That could definitely be a problem. All right, let's try that. So at some point I've lost that. Window.display. I think that's correct. That's what they've got here. It's in the loop. Yeah, while it's open. All right, so let's, it's kind of a pain. Where's my terminal? Terminal? New terminal? All right, try again. Let's make, and then we'll run that. All right, sweet. So we've got our character. If I enable editor, let's get rid of this breakpoint. Where's my... Okay, cool. So we've got that. That click has failed on me again. I thought I fix that. But we have a game. Well, we have stuff rendering. We have stuff drawing. So we don't have any of our enable editor. We don't seem to be able to toggle it. And we also don't have our little tile palette. We've got our character, which is kind of nice. That character doesn't move. And I thought we had an issue with the click, but we don't seem to now. Okay. We seem to have an issue with drag by the looks of things. So when I drag the mouse, actually, that doesn't seem to... Let's just verify that. That's okay, editor. Yeah, I think there's some sort of issue with dragging. Yeah, it looks like pixel bounds, producer state, editor state, selected tile index is 0, tile editor state, tile palette tiles is empty. Okay, so all right, so that's empty, which is no good. That shouldn't be empty. So we need to populate that. So maybe, yeah, let's do that now. That's why the click's failing. It's because there's no tile in the editor tiles, and it's trying to get a tile, and it's at this point it's not able, like, there's no point in handling the case where there won't be any tiles. So let's just get those tiles populated, I suppose. That's probably the next thing to sort out. The other thing is I won't be able to debug any of the tile selection and map selection stuff until that's done anyway. So let's figure out why those aren't working. The other thing that we need to figure out is the view. Certain views will need to write to certain render targets, which we don't understand just yet. So yeah, we'll have to figure that out somehow. One step at a time though. Let's figure out why these tiles aren't in. So the tile palette tiles, I think they are. I think we'll just go and have a look and see how I was doing it initially in the existing version before this big refactor. We'll be able to get an idea of how that was working. I think it was tile palette view, which isn't very well named because it does a lot more than just a view. Okay, so gets past tiles. Okay, so it gets the two entity tiles here, and then pushes a set of tile palette tiles in based on the sprite sheet. Yeah, okay, so I think this is actually part of the behavior that we haven't. Tile palette view. Yeah, okay, so this is part of this behavior that we haven't actually set up yet. So what we probably want to do here is port this to the... We probably want to port this to the house scene. That would be the best way of doing this for now. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll port it to the house scene, or we'll port that behavior over, and figure out sort of where that all looks, and then so that should be, so basically what I'm saying is so if we go to tile palette view, and then we come down here to all of this commented our code actually, like, you know, it needs to do something. It needs to run somewhere. So, and the place that it needs to run is this house scene initialization, the init. So I guess the state entity map.getSprite. Yeah, okay, so we actually should just be able to do this. And then in the house scene, house scene state, tile palette tiles. Dot add tile palette tile. And then it'll be this. Okay, so that's that. So let's just delete that so we know that we've done it. Selection rectangle, I think this just lives with the actual I don't know where this, let's just worry about the tiles for now. Actually, let's just do the tiles for now, and not even the entity tiles. Let's just do the house tiles for now, and take it kind of one step at a time. So, actually, what did I call that method? House scene. So add tile palette tile in house scene reducer. Yeah, okay, so house scene reducer. Add tile palette tile, and then this should use the copy constructor, tile palette tile. I think if I just do that, tile palette, I think I can just do that, yeah. House scene reducer CPP, and then we go void house scene reducer, house scene reducer, add tile palette tile to add, like that, and then we want to go tile palette tiles dot pushback, that, it'll be state dot. State dot. Tile palette tiles, like that. Okay, cool. So if I come down here now, that should be happy with me. Yep, alright, sweet. Can I just wait for that to build? Build time's kind of blown out a lot quicker than I thought it would, which is kind of interesting. When you start like writing C++, you like to build's instant, but it actually slows down remarkably, kind of with not a very mature project at all. So there must be mature C++ and C projects out there that just take an age to build, like the kernel, for example. Like I can see where the build time comes from is basically what I'm saying. All right, anyway, so let's run that. All right, so that's at the editor. Click there. All right, so still got a seg fault for the click. Let's just see if the same thing happened to editor enabled. Click. Yeah. Okay. So every time. What about before we have the editor enabled? Okay. Click safe there. But yeah, as soon as we do that, yeah, then we die. Okay. So we might as well keep going with this. So looking at this stack trace we've got here from the address sanitizer. Again, we're probably trying to. Yeah, that's fine. Do you want me to
bring her in and put her on?
Yeah.
I've just fed her a solids. I'll make up a bottle, but she won't need it till 3.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I won't make it up. It'll be fine. I'll put her in first.
Yeah, put her in there. Yeah. Do you want? Can you bring a towel and the pacifier?
Yeah, she's got a thing we've already on.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right, so. Oh, that's happening. Oh, that's interesting. So that's happening right here. So is that, has that, yeah, you might as well turn it on. It's pretty dark in here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's super dark.
Yeah, it's really dark. I'll put this thing on as well.
Your hands are cold.
Oh, you got it, size.
Yeah, I'm going to attach that to
Whoops.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, basketball.
She likes the noisy ones. And there's a dummy. I'll turn the light off for you. That's fine.
Thanks. Does that? There you go. Straight in the mouth. Ah, the light. It burns.
Oh, that's okay.
Alright, so we'll see how we go with her there. Okay. Hopefully she'll just hang out. Yeah, alright, so let's try and capture where this is happening. So if I go back to the debug thing, and then I go here, click there. Okay, so this gives me a stack trace, which is kind of nice. Alright, so this is saying here. Oh, and I can even unwind the stack. Oh, that's really helpful. Oh, that is so handy. Okay, so that's really awesome. Alright, so yeah, okay, so we might not have a tile layer here. In fact, we don't. Alright, so probably just want to add one when we need it. I'm going to try and develop in here and see how far we get. It's kind of annoying that it doesn't build. Can I write a build configuration? Doesn't seem to have like a... I don't really know anything. I don't really know much about. Can I just grab this and just say like, make C build, or am I supposed to send that through as args? It's got a little divergence. Oh, is this going to tell me what I need? Oh, okay. So name. Build with make. Type. What's type? Type. That. I don't know. And what? Request. Request. Launch. I think I probably want to do this as well. I don't know why, but build. And then this is just like make. And I'm presuming it will just search my path to find that. Alright, whatever. Let's just try and do that. Build with make. Which make. User bin make. User bin make. Probably not the most compatible thing to do. Launch property, current working directory. CWD, I guess. Let's just do that. Try that, I suppose. Okay, cool. So then, is there like a, can I go like pre-launch task? Attach launch. And then can I set this to make build with make? Surely not. Okay, so that works. No. Launch? Could not find the specified task. Okay, so alright, let's not push our luck. If it really is gonna help, then we'll do it, but alright, so build with make. Done it. Cool. And then launch. Alright. Okay, so... Oh, wait, silly me. I didn't actually make the changes that I intended to make. So here is... Alright, so... I guess... I suppose we want to have like a guard condition to say state.tilelayers.size equals 0. In that case, state.tilelayers. Pushback tile layer. It's just a struct 0 and like an empty vector tile layer 0 and that. Will that work? No. Stood vector map tile. Try that. So if we don't have one, just add one, and then this should always work. Because we don't have any behavior for the layouts yet, so build. Honestly, think it's just easier to type make. Launch. Okay, editor, click. Alright, sweet, so that's working, I guess. We can't toggle out of editor, but we're not breaking things when we... We're not breaking things though. That's good. All right, so so that's not breaking, but we're not drawing some things. I think the first thing that I would like to see drawing is the tile palette. So we have a tile palette that will render tiles basically, and that doesn't seem to be rendering. Are you gonna start doing this? My daughter's right there, and she does get very noisy when she starts playing. You playing with your basketball? Your bib's all messed up. She just sat on the desk next to me. Okay, so yeah, we've got this view thing. We push the views back, so we create these views, and then one of them, this tile background view, I think it is, has a draw method that should actually be drawing all of these. So at this point, I'd like to know if this code is getting hit. I don't know if I just... So E. So that. Oh no, but that code might not be getting hit because. Actually, grid view, tile background view. Oh, here we go. Tile palette view. Yeah, okay. So this is the one I'm actually wanting. Right. So, this is the actual. Yeah. Okay. So this is the code that I had to refactor. So I think there's a few things here. Tile palette render texture. So it gets a reference to that. Right. Okay. So this is the remaining code that we need to. This is the remaining code that we need to get ported in. So that this is why. Essentially, all this code being commented out is why the thing isn't drawing as I would expect it to. Hello. Hello. Do you want me to turn this thing on for you? You're fine when you're looking at me. When I'm looking at you. I think she just wants attention sometimes. So actually this draw method here, selection rectangle. Okay, so we've got to figure out where the selection rectangle lives. I think I've moved it to the state. I'm pretty sure I've moved it to the state. Tile selected index position. Oh no, this is actually setting the position. Tile icon, tile. Yeah, okay, so I think this is render texture draw. I think this is for the most part ported across. I just want to make sure that this code is getting hit first. Which it is. Okay, so that's good. Well, actually, it's probably not good, but because this should only be getting hit if the editor is enabled. But that's okay. We can fix that. And I think most importantly at the time, now, it's what's really critical is making sure this new sort of design pattern works, which it seems to be at the moment. So. Yeah, we need to background. So do we draw the render texture draw background? Do we do that? Palette selection. So yeah, background. So that creates it there. And then I thought it was getting drawn somewhere. Tile palette render texture draw dot background. Oh, there we go. Oh no, tile palette background. There it is. But it's because I think it's because we haven't initialized it, or it's just a default rectangle. That's probably what it is. Okay, so given this background, have I got that in the house scene state? Yeah, okay, so tile palette background. Alright, so I think what I need... What I need is some sort of mechanism that initializes this. I don't know if I've got like a really clear place of doing this. Yeah. I feel like the background should definitely... Probably, no, it needs to be in the state. So we don't... I guess the most obvious place to put this now is in the... Can I split this? Yes, I can. Is to put it in the house scene with this. So this would be like...
Oh, is she talking that much? Do you want me to take her away?
No, she's fine, she's fine.
You talking to Daddy?
Left toolbar with. So what is left? So total height, that'll be actually window height. Window height. Left toolbar width, I'm not sure where we get that from. Oh, there we go, okay. Offset, where do we get that from? That's defaulted to 20, so let's just set that like that. Oh, what's the matter? Do you want your pacifier? Or do you just want attention? You smiled when I looked at you. See if that makes her happy. Do you want your little ladybug? Do you want that? Okay, so there's all of that. Alright, so I wonder if that will... Let's try and go here. Make... Kind of prefer doing this in Vim, but the actual debugger here is pretty good, to be fair, on Microsoft. Like the debugger in Visual Studio Code is probably better than GDB. I find it much easier to use. So probably happy skipping past that. All right, so that hasn't made any noticeable difference. Yeah, interesting. I would have... I expected that to... Is she hungry?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on stream, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but...
Oh, you should have just told me. I could have grabbed her. Okay, so it's definitely hitting that. I wonder. Alright, so if I launch that.
Wait there for a second while Mummy just brushes her hair.
So drawable. Will it tell me handy things like what color it is? Position, scale, transform. No, it doesn't. Texture. Oh, there we go. RGB. Oh no, not necessarily. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna close that door. Hey, Lynn. What do you need? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Not to my knowledge. I mean, the recollection I've got was that I thought we were always just using AWS to sign those certificates. Always. Like, to be perfectly frank with you, I'm not even sure what a private certificate authority means in this context. Oh. Yeah. No, I wouldn't have. But what? So so the private certificate authority, is that just so we can say Spiff signs the certificates? I don't think, but if you look in all of the places that we use certificates, like if you look at the API, what certificate does that? My understanding was that every certificate we presented was signed by the AWS by Amazon's authority. It's possible. I'm not 100% sure. Like, my understanding was that Amazon was the signer of all of our certificates. Like I didn't like if you look at just if you go to Hub now, yeah. So I wouldn't expect us to. Yeah, I wouldn't expect us to be using that. But to be honest with you, if you were to delete it, and something like the API or the Hub was using it, you're potentially going to break the entire system. Like at that point, yeah, I'd just be like, there could be some bucket somewhere that's using it. I'm not sure. So I'd probably be wanting to just track back through and just work out every single point that we present a certificate, figure out who it's signed by, and if it's signed by AWS, I get, is that even the test? Like I'm not 100% sure. Like is that how you confirm that? Like if oh fuck, just do that. Oh, great. I mean, even better. Yeah, just jump into the root account. Shadi is the only one who has access to that. Just jump into the root account and then create just create the tickets. Yeah, just do that. Don't fiddle around with it yourself. Yep. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I am aware of that. I don't really know much about it, but yeah, Darryl was talking to me about it, and he reckoned it was pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, it's no, it's not that old. Like I think it's only like a couple of years old. Like it wasn't around when we set everything up. It's a new thing. Yeah. Yeah, your context's as good as mine at this point. But honestly, if they're saying they can do it for you, just get them to do it. Like, don't waste any time. Just say, yeah, you guys can handle it. Yeah, just open some tickets. And so you were talking to an architect. Oh, okay, perfect, perfect. Oh yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty. All those guys are pretty good. So yeah, no, that sounds awesome. So you'd be saving a bit of money there. A lot of money by the sounds of things. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Just keep an eye on Kinesis though, because it'll go up as the usage goes up and as more events come through. It'll like the costs will go up, but I'm sure it'll tell you if that's happening. I'm sure you'll hear all about it. No worries. All good. See you, mate. Bye. Okay, so back to this. So it's hard to kind of tell, really, from just looking at this. I don't know if I can set fill color. I mean, this isn't really what we want to do. anyway. Oh, and interestingly here we don't. Oh, no, window height left toolbar. Okay. So we are setting the size. We do draw it. But it's not coming up. It's definitely not coming up. Yeah. So that code's getting hit, but we can't see the... Even despite the fact that that's getting set view clear. Interesting, the tile palette view. Now, could it be something to do with the view? Let's see. Aha, here we go. So, oh, and we haven't tile palette render texture. We haven't done this either. All right, let's move these in. We're gonna have to move this out somewhere, somehow, but we definitely will need this. Okay, so state dot editor state dot tile palette view equals that. Yeah, not sure how we're going to handle this initialization moving forward, because this is getting a bit crazy, this method. It's doing about 8 different things that it probably shouldn't be doing. So build. Okay, and launch. Start doing. All right, that's good. That's not respecting the offset. That's okay. And also this. So we need a guard condition in here. This is what I was talking about before. I don't know if my tabs, that doesn't look quite. One there. Oh, that was right. Okay. What's going on? All right, let's just fix this up. Okay, so we don't want to do any of this. If state dot editor state dot editor enable, if it's false, then just return without doing anything. Okay. So let's just try that again. This is getting a bit tiring. I kind of do want to see if we can get that prerequisite like task working, because this is getting really annoying. GDB launch, this one. Okay, so we got a character stuck up in there. We hit editor, we've got this back. We don't have a selection rectangle, we don't have any ability to draw, but that's rendering again. Cool, that's awesome. Yeah, that is awesome actually. All right, so straight away these probably just finish getting the rendering logic right here, because that doesn't look correct to me. So let's try and fix this. This is the loop that's drawing the tile palette tiles on. Let's see if we've got that correctly populated. So have we got all the tile palette tiles? I think we probably should. State, edit state. Oh no, where is it? It's editor state. Okay, they're there but not here. That's interesting. Okay. So we'll just assume that's correct for now. And it's drawing at least one of them. But I'm not seeing anywhere where it's actually setting the position. Maybe it's here. Yep, it is. Okay. Okay, here's... Alright, so here's where we set the position. So yeah, same deal. Let's just kind of restore this into here and then ask questions later. Reducer.get state editor state dot tile palette tiles. Offset this. Let's put that here. I don't know if this actually copies them or creates a reference. I think that creates a reference. I think that copies, sorry. So I don't know if I necessarily want to do that. Let's do this. Okay, so get state. Put her in the cot, it's probably easier. Tile palette tiles. And then we grab that. And then icon, that's a sprite set. Huh, why is that squiggly? Is it because one one's along. Do I have to cast? Do they have to be floats? Not quite sure. So if I do, is it because it's auto here and it can't figure it out? Why isn't... it's because... Yeah, I can't do this. I need to do it in the reducer. Okay, yeah, I understand now. Yeah, alright, so what it's saying to me is... Yeah, because when I get state here, I actually get a const state object, whereas set position is going to violate that. Yeah, okay, so... I need to create another reducer method to do this, basically. I wonder, though, if... we can be a bit clever with our reducer and set it up here. Yeah, let's try and do that. So that's the auto current tile index maybe, and that'll be state.editor state.tile palette tiles dot size, and then that'll be index offset we'll need to clean this up. I need to know things like yeah, sometimes like my real fear with this that'll be this current tile. My real fear with this is it's just too convoluted for this kind of... It's gonna make the code even more sort of like, I don't know, weird, I guess. Because now I have to do like in sprite size. Because I don't necessarily know this. I don't necessarily know the size. Tile to add dot set. Offset y. Declaration isn't compatible. Yeah, because we... Yeah, we're just gonna leave it like this for now. Scene reducer. Int. It's right size. Alright, so don't think we need this anymore. But we're like smearing these kind of calculations all over the place now. Kind of feel like this. Well, I guess this comes out. I suppose we would. These should be all actions, I guess. I don't know. Build with make with build. Okay. And then let's launch. Alright. E for editor. Don't really want to hit a breakpoint right now. Cool. Alright. Got my tile palette back. Don't have a selection rectangle yet, but that's kind of working. Escape works. I still get that weird address thing, which I'll worry about later, but I have a tile palette back. That's awesome. Alright, let's do a git commit before anything else. Because I know I'll mess something up. Git add src, git add headers, git status. I don't know what I'm going to do with this VS Code thing yet, so I'll just leave it out. Git commit. Flip. Working on tile palette view. Alright, cool. That'll do. So next, I'm thinking we get the scrolling action working, because that was not working. Let's just make sure that that wasn't working. Okay, so E for editor. Yeah, definitely not. And also we don't have a selection rectangle. Okay, so and I guess we just have a big like to do on this, like you know, all of this stuff is to, well, actually not all, like there's definitely two distinct scene render target. There's definitely two distinct kind of actions here. One of them is player animations that goes into the player entity, and then yeah, so I guess everything's from sort of here down is kind of what I would expect the scene to do, and then everything from here up to me should probably live in some sort of, I mean, I'm wondering if that actually should live, all this stuff should live inside the reducer. In fact, it really should. Yeah, all of this here should live in the reducer, I think. So when we instantiate the reducer, yeah, what would it look like if we were just to say, oops, say do that right now? Okay, so at this point the reducer owns the animations, which is sort of weird. Suppose it could just be center. Yeah, I don't want to do this right now. Let's just focus on fixing up the bugs first, and then we can figure out kind of the yeah. All right, so let's look at this editor controller here, because at this point in time we're not seeing scrolling happen, and this one here. So all right, so are we getting the scrolling event at all? Let's verify that first. So E, and then nope. Okay, so no scrolling events. So something isn't right here. E. Okay, so no. Actually, so hang on, let's have a look at reducer state. Tile palette bounds. I bet you those tile palette bounds aren't set. Editor state. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, alright, so those bounds probably won't be set, which kind of makes sense, I guess. Just hang on, guys, I'm just gonna get some water. Okay, so yeah, it looks like those bounds those bounds aren't set. I think in the editor view, no, the tile palette view thingy, there might be something dealing with the bounds. No, I think I didn't. I think I was just using the texture itself as the bounds. How was I doing this? Can I pop that out? No. Alright, let's just move it across. So this is the code before the refactor and before I cut up Broadway, chopped up Broadway. Yeah, so tile palette render texture. Yeah, okay, so get size. Right. Yeah, okay, so let's set the bounds then. And we should do that in house scene. So let's do it up here. Reducer dot set tile set tile palette bounds like that. I think it was only worried with X for the moment. Let's house scene reducer, house scene state, tile palette tiles, tile palette bounds vector 2i. Set tile palette downs, so we'll just do like X and Y. Let's just do it like that for now because that's easier. The Y will be offset, and then the X will be window height, I guess. Tile palette render texture. Tile palette render texture get bounds. Dot width. Get size. X. Excuse me. Let's just do this. I think it's just that size there. Width and window height, yeah. And it must just assume that yeah. The bounds though, that should be a rectangle. Yeah, I feel like this should be like an in rect. Let's make it an int rect. Set tile void. House scene. Set. Let's make the int. Int x and y, and then state dot state dot editor state dot tile palette bounds equals sf int rect 0 0 x y. Let me just make sure that that's right. So sfml int rect. Left top width height. Left top width height. Yep, that's right. Oh no, width is y. Where is it? Hang on. Well, we'll find out. Okay, so whatever, that's fine. Yep. Width height. XY. Width height. Yeah, whatever. Alright, cool. Make okay, so that's in editor controller. Handle input it'll be. One more. Yeah. Okay, so not working. Let's debug again. Oh, excuse me. This might be a little awkward to debug, actually. instance is open then, which I didn't expect. What happened there? Alright, so E. Okay. Event mouse button X 46. Reduce. Alright, let's reduce our state. Editor state. Huh. Can I? Get state. Can we do that? Or just the state? Okay, so this. Don't know what's going on here. This doesn't seem to be fully complete. Alright, so we got tile palette bounds. Height 1000, width 104. Possibly right. If X is less. Okay. So 46. Reduce our get state dot editor state tile bounds dot get size dot x 104. If that and yeah, alright, so then step over. Yeah, okay, so we're entering this. Alright, that's good. Okay, so I don't know. Alright, so now is it these? These maybe. Resume. Yeah, okay, so these conditions aren't getting met. So what's wrong with these if statements? Alright, so that's -1. So if that's less than 0, which it is, upper scroll center is 50, get center Y. That's the same thing. Tile palette. Editor state dot palette view dot get center dot Y 500. It's exactly equal. It's exactly 500. So this is to scroll up and that's to scroll down. Upper scroll center. So they're all coming out at 500. So if the delta is negative, which means that the mouse wheel is scrolling in a particular direction. Wait a minute, where tile palette bounds. So and the lower scroll center and upper scroll center are all the same. Okay, so something's been lost in translation here, because reading this code now, it looks... I don't ever see how either of these if conditions could be satisfied. Something's been lost in translation here. So this is tile palette render texture. Get size. Background of get size. What's background? No. So tile. No, something's been lost in translation, definitely. Yeah. So tile palette render texture. What's that? Yeah, tile palette render texture's been... Okay, so that's getting created. So I feel like upper scroll using the tile bounds is fine. The background... background is possibly the problem. Don't think those bounds will change on resize, which we haven't done yet. But this background, where is this background coming from? Background, tile palette view.
If it goes out, you're okay.
Yeah. Okay, where did I move the... I think that's in the state. is it tile? No. It's just the... but this needs... Yeah, there's a bit of weird code here because the background... Yeah. So the background seems to be the same. Style. Palette render texture is kind of... That's the... Yeah, I think it's... I think that's fine. Yeah, the background and the render texture aren't the same thing. Yeah, I don't actually think I've got this set up properly in this state. I think... The tile palette bounds is essentially what the background is now. And then the... Oh, excuse me. And then we don't know... Yeah. Tile palette render texture. What I don't understand though is we create this at this size and we create the background is the background is the total height, which is calculated differently. Yeah, okay, so... And then we calculate the total height. So this will be actually... Right, okay, so this will be... Okay, so let's just get rid of that for the moment. Yeah, so... We need like the total height of the... Yeah, so that'll be, I think that'll be in the view. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so... So there's total height. Alright, so let's split. Oops, let's split. Okay, so in the house scene. Alright, so if we grab total height here. And then we go state dot state.tile palette. Excuse me, tile palette tiles.size. With all of that. And then the background. Yeah, okay, so then the background can come down to here. And then the total height. This is total height, not window height. And then we set the fill color. Don't know. And then this actually needs to be here like that. And that's window height, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's part of the problem. All right, so let's just start sort of checking a few of these off. So tile palette view. All right, so that I've refactored over. That's come over. Left toolbar width. That's come over. Total height's come over. Selection rectangle not yet. That's the tile pushback for the entities, which hasn't come back yet either. Okay, so we're just kind of whittling this down. And yeah, we really need to figure out a better place to put this. So in the... One of the things I genuinely disliked about the previous solution that I've got here is that I sort of rely on a weird mix of kind of SFML classes and my own stuff. That is probably the difficult thing to I don't know, figure out here, because I never know whether to like go off and define my own thing, or just to use the SFML classes as a source of truth. But then you kind of get this weird thing where it's harder to abstract away for patterns because the SFML classes hold state in a way that I wouldn't necessarily associate with a view. So... just trying to think what the best way to pass. So I got to get this background thing into here somehow. Into I think it's this one. Yeah, editor controller. I've got to get. Yeah, so this here should be the background, or that total width. It shouldn't be what it is, basically. So I guess kind of the obvious way to do this is to put it into the state. And I guess I would just have like int lower scroll center equals dot get state editor state tile palette background total height, like that. I suppose I would have something like that, and then that would be that minus upper scroll center. So that kind of is one way of doing it. Might be like the easiest way. And then house scene, smooth that here. House scene, I would set it, I suppose. Total height, yeah, so I would set it here, I guess. Yeah, let's just do it. Yeah, let's just do it that way. Reducer. I'm gonna do it here. Set tile palette bounds, total height. Yeah. And then we'll say int total height. And then we do like state.editor state.tile palette background total height equals total height, like that. That'll complain for a couple of reasons. So in the house scene reducer here, int third int, and then I guess in the state, okay, that's happy, and then that's happy, and then that's happy. All right, let's try that. Let's do the make, build with make. Cool, and launch. All right, so E for editor, Alright, so... Okay, so that is definitely not 500. So let's just remove the breakpoints and pray it works. And it does. Yep, complete with that initial bug that I had where it was overflowing there. Okay, cool. So that's scrolling restored. That's awesome. Alright, so now I want to get this selection restored. And at that point, we're starting to make some real progress in getting... and then at that point, really, it's just, it'll be, yeah, the panning's broken. It'll be just getting the panning working again. So let's just see if we can get this selection stuff working real quick right now. I am ready to give up on this because I am really, really tired of Visual Studio Code. Maybe I'll need it again, maybe not, but it's pretty annoying to use. Doing this much, I don't know, I'm just used to Vim, so I'll just see how far in Vim I can get. So tile palette view. Alright, so yeah, basically selection rectangle stuff. All of this business has to be done. I suppose the most obvious sort of fix in kind of the pattern that I've established, which I'm not all that happy with, is to just move it to the house scene. When in doubt, put it in house scene. So I suppose at this point, let's get that. Okay, so this doesn't have a selection rectangle. One way I'm going to get around this problem, I was just had a little light bulb moment. I suppose I could have a graph of scenes and then use this scene abstraction, but then also have it available in other scenes. That's actually not a bad idea. I might end up doing that. Okay, so where does selection rectangle live now? We don't actually know. T-A-N-G-L-E. Okay, so house scene, we just moved it there. Tile palette view, house scenes. Okay, so that is in the house scene. So in let's just house scene reducer, init selection rectangle. No. State dot editor state dot selection. Tile palette selection rectangle, this one. Okay. Did I call that from house scene? House scene. Nope. House scene. Oh, it was in house scene. Let's go here. Init selection rectangle, I guess. Yeah, I really want to. Yeah, we shouldn't be doing like. I didn't think I could like do that or that. We shouldn't be doing that. Just stay here. This initializes. Do you know what? Even house scene should not. It should just have a const state as well. It should totally have a const state. Yeah. This should be const. And then actually should be const state referenced. Yeah, that's how we'll clean up that. Actually, that's good. Yeah, so we know that if we const state that and then pass it in, or even pass in the or even just pass in the reducer, that would be another way of doing it. And then at that point, it wouldn't. Yeah, it wouldn't own the state, I suppose. And then you'd have to have some sort of. Yeah. Yeah, or actually, or the other way to look at that is, yes, it should own the state, but all of this this init method has to go. Like this doesn't belong in house scene. Hello, Stuart speaking. Yeah, not too bad. How's it going? Yeah. Are you able to call me back in maybe half an hour or 45 minutes? Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that'd be fine. Okay, cool. Thanks very much. See you, bye. Yeah, this stuff all needs to come out of here. Definitely needs to come out of here. 100%. So we need to figure out. Yeah, actually, I think it's okay. State. Yeah. Okay, so we can do that later. for now, let's just run and see if our selection rectangle works. Oh, did I add the draw command? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if I tile palette view. Let's just check. Set position. Let's just get a drawing, I suppose. Tile palette render texture. State.edit state dot tile palette selection rectangle. Nope, I'm already doing that on the I'm already doing that. Okay, so we are drawing it there. Alright, so it's getting drawn. It should have the right size. Let's see. Does it have the right size? I don't know if it does. Probably not. It gets, okay, here we go, yeah. Yeah, okay, so we need the sprite size, so int sprite size, and then I guess let's have another one of these. Set size. Yeah, okay, so set size. Yeah, alright, so to F sprite size. That. Scene reducer, that one, int, and then in house scene, we already. Tile map get sprite size. If that works. Okay, all right, so that's good. So there's our, okay, so that's rendering, that's really positive. And then let's see, tile palette view. Tile, okay, so in tile, we need to set the, okay, so here's, alright, Alright, so we can reintroduce this, I think. And then selection rectangle, in fact, lives in the state. So we have state.editor this. Without that. State. We can't set position from here because state's constant. Great. I guess this should be in editor controller update. If I can just move this over. Not. Okay. Alright, so auto state equals reducer dot get state. Reducer dot set. Set selection rectangle position, and then that'll be selected tile position. I guess, and then reducer void scene reducer dot and then that'll be this. Set position is, I'm guessing, a vector 2f. Let's check. I think it's SFML global. Or maybe a shape. I think it's a shape. Set position. Set position. Vector 2f. Okay, so then SF vector 2f new position. Yeah, kind of wonder if this is better or worse, to be perfectly honest, like this whole new approach. I don't know if I'm just making things more convoluted. It'll be interesting to see sort of how this ramps up. I mean, certainly the way I was moving, I don't think it would have worked. I think everything would have just fallen down because it was far too interconnected, but that we don't need anymore. Alright, so let's see. Recompile. Where are we? Error. Discards qualifiers. Type public view. think I had this. I don't think I had those changes saved. Maybe I didn't. Okay. All right, that's cool. Awesome. So, all right then. Okay, so we've got a little error here. I think this is the reason we're having this. We might not. I don't think we're clearing the window properly, actually. Let me just go back to that set. I think we need to clear the window. I'm pretty sure we need to clear the window. Example. SFML program. They give you this little like sample program. Here we go. Nicemusic.org. Draw, clear, draw, display. Okay, so clear, draw, display. Window, clear, like that. Yep, so that was a problem there. Okay, so, yep, that's all looking nice, beautiful. Now, ghost selection isn't working still. Let's get rid of some comments here, we don't need these. Selections now work. Okay, so just going back to this for a second. Panning doesn't work. So I think actually those problems are all interconnected. Because we're not, those views aren't writing to the, yeah, so I think, yeah, we're not writing to the correct. Alright, so let's just, I'm pretty sure I'm doing all of this. Tile palette, render texture, selection rectangle, draw, tile icon. Yep, alright, we can safely get rid of these. And then, okay, so, the other, these are the other two entity sprites. Yeah, so we probably need to do these. Editor, but even more than that, I kind of just want to do this panning thing. Now, I would have thought, hang on 1 second, guys. So guys, I'm probably going to leave it there for today. Thank you for watching. Some really good progress made with this big refactor, as it's turned out to be. I'm now feeling kind of fairly confident that in the next couple of sessions, hopefully in the next session, we'll get to a point where this is kind of all done and we're back to where we were with what will be the start of a much better organized code base, in my opinion. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.